This is the last section of HTML. In this section, we will build a complete HTML website. This website is going to be an HTML learning platform. There will be a table of contents, registration form, and way to communicate with the service provider. Our website will have 3 web pages. Each web page will have 3 sections. They are the header, the content area, and the footer. In the header, we will have the menu and title of the website. The contents of the website will be in the content area. The footer will contain copyright text. I believe you are very excited about building the first complete website. Let's get started. I'm removing the code from the previous section, then saving this file inside a folder named HTML tutorial as home.html. Now opening this file, in our web page and closing the previous one. Let's add a title for the browser. It is going to be HTML tutorial. Now we are going to create the header. The header will have site heading, subheading, and the menu. To do it, inside the body element, create a div element, then create h1 element and write welcome to HTML tutorial. This is the heading of the website. Now create a paragraph element and write the best tutorial to learn HTML. This is going to be the subheading of the website. Let's make it italic. There are 2 ways to do it, using I tag or using EM tag. I will use the EM tag. After that, create a horizontal line using HR tag. Save the code, reload the web page. We got our heading, the subheading. Now we will create the menu. For that, create a paragraph element, then create 3 anchor elements. I believe you remember that we use anchor element to create links, and we use a tag to create anchor elements. Copy this element and paste it for 2 more times. Right now we do not have any web page to link. That is why I put hash as the value of href attribute. The first one is home. The second one is registration. And the third one is contact us. Now use an HR tag to create a horizontal line after the menu. Save the code and reload the web page. We got our menu, but it looks they're too congested. Let's make some space in between each menu item, and we know how to do that. We have to use non-breaking space to create the spaces in between these menu items. I believe you remember that to create a non-breaking space, we have to start with ampersand, then NBSP, then semicolon. Save it, reload the web page. Okay, we got a space here. Let's copy it and paste it again. And it will look better if we separate it with a bar. copy this to entity and paste it here. Save it and reload the web page. Now it looks much better. Copy this entire section and paste it before contact us. Save it, reload the web page. Much better. It would look even better if this home, registration and contact us were bold. Do you remember how to make text bold? We use B tag to make text bold. Save the code and reload the web page. Now it looks much better. Let's move all of this content at the center of the web page. To do that, we have to use an attribute named align, and we have to set the value to center. Save it, reload the web page. Now we can say that we got a nice looking perfect header. It's time to create the content section. Create a div element for that. Inside, create a paragraph element. Let's paste some content here. Now I'm going to create a h2 tag, and I'm going to write table of content. After that, create another paragraph element. Inside it, we will create an unordered list to build the table of content. I believe you remember that to create unordered list, we use ul element, and inside we use li element. Li stands for list item. The first list item is section 1, structure of HTML. Create another li element. It will be section 2, creating the first web page. Creating another list element, and I'm copying it to avoid typing. Inside it, it will be section 3. In the section 3, we learned HTML headings. Then section 4, it was about paragraph and text formatting. Taking another list element, it is going to be section 5. It was unordered list. Then section 6, that is ordered list. Then section 7, it was images. Section 8, it was about forms. After that, in section 9, we learned about links. In section 10, we covered tables. Section 11 is about HTML entities. Section 12 will be iframe. And section 13, what we are actually watching is creating a complete HTML website. Save the code, reload the web page. Okay, here is our paragraph, the table of content. Now we will give an example of the content we are offering. For that, take an h2 element and write example of our content. Take a paragraph element and write here is an example of the content we are offering. Without any doubt, this is the best content on HTML. Now create another paragraph element. We will load one of the videos in this paragraph. To do that, search for Nurjaman Faruqi, that's my name, then full stack web development. We got the playlist. Let's go with this video. Here I want you to scroll down. Here click on this share. Then you will find an option here called Embed. Click here and copy this code. Then paste it in this paragraph. Notice carefully, this is actually an iframe. Here is the width of the iframe, this is the height of the iframe, and this is the source. There are some other attributes, those are for YouTube, and you know what iframes do. Iframes load a web page in another web page. In this case, instead of the web page, it is loading YouTube video in our web page. Save the code and reload the web page. Here is the video. So this is the example of the content we are offering through this website. Now create another P element. Right. To start learning, complete the registration process. To register, click here. This click here will be a link. To do that, take an anchor tag and take href attribute and write here #top. Here use the closing a tag. Now scroll at the top of the page where it says the registration. Use an ID here named top. Now save the code, reload the web page. If we click here, the registration shows up. Alright, our content section is ready. Now we will create another division for footer section. At the very beginning, take a horizontal line using hr tag, then take a P element. Inside it, write all rights reserved, then ampersand copy semicolon. This is an HTML entity. It will generate the copyright symbol. Then write 2020 HTML tutorial. Alright, save the code, reload the web page. We have the header section, this is the content section, and we have the footer section. The website would look better if this paragraph were centered and this footer section were aligned at the center. Let's start with this footer section. Align, center, and let's align it to center. Save the code, reload the web page. Now it's at the center. This is also at the center. It looks much better. This website has 3 sections. the header, the content area, and the footer. It's really difficult to understand from this code which section is header, which one is the content area, and which one is the footer. To explain our code and enhance the readability, we use comments. Comments are ignored by the browser. It is a description that helps us and other developers to understand what is happening in a particular block of code. In HTML, to make a comment, we have to start with opening angle brackets, then exclamatory sign, then double dash. After that, whatever we write, for example, let's say this is the header section, and close it with double dash and closing angle brackets. Now this is a comment. The comments are ignored by the browser. No matter whatever you write in the comment, browser will not take any action based on that. These comments are describing this section, that this is the header section. For the content area, let's make another comment. This is the content area. Let's do the same here. This is the footer section. Because of these comments, now it's much easier for us to understand that which section is doing what. Save this code, reload the web page. You see, nothing changes because the comments are ignored by the browser. Now if we click on these links, nothing happens because these links are empty and we haven't created these web pages yet. Let's take a new file and copy all of the codes from here and paste it here. The header and footer will remain the same. We will only change the content section, and also we will change the title. This is going to be registration form. Save it as, say, reg.html. Copy all of the codes from here, create a new file, paste the codes here, and save it as contact.html. Now change these URLs. This one should be home.html. This one is reg.html, and this one is contact.html. Instead of retyping the URL in all other pages, simply copy this section, paste it here, then save it, and paste it here and save it. Also save the home page. Now reload the web page. Now the menu is taking us to different pages. When we are clicking on Contact Us, it is showing registration form. That means we made a mistake here. Okay, we haven't changed it. It should be Contact Us. Save it, reload the web page. Now it's fine. When we are home, this is HTML tutorial. When we are at registration page, this is registration form. And when we are at Contact Us, this is the Contact Us form. However, for registration, and contact us, the content section is empty. That is why there is nothing on the web page. Let's put some content in the registration page. Create a div element, then take a h2 tag that says welcome to registration form. Then create a paragraph element and write fill up the form below to complete the registration. As you have already guessed, we're going to create a form using form tag. Start with a h3 tag. It says login details. Here, users will create their login details. Inside a paragraph tag, write full name. Then use input element to create an input text box. Here the type will be text. Copy this element and paste it here. Change it to username. Copy it again and paste it here. This time it is going to be email address and the type will be email. Paste the same code here. This time it will be password and the type will be password. Save the code and reload the registration form. We're actually in Contact Us page. We need to go to this registration page. We can see these sections here. Let's continue. Create an h2 tag that says how much do you know about HTML? Then create a p element. Inside, we are going to use radio buttons. There should be 3 levels. Beginners, take input element, type equals radio, and name equals level. Then take a BR tag to create a line break. Second option is going to be intermediate level. Copy this code and paste it here. Third level is going to be advanced level. Copy this code without the BR tag this time and paste it here. Save the code. Go to this registration page. Here is our option. Another part of the form is ready. Let's add one more section. Starting with h2 tag, it says, why do you want to learn HTML? Create a paragraph element, write to learn new things, use input element, type will be checkbox. Say name equals 1, value equals 1. Then take a BR tag to create a new line. Next option can be for career advancement. Copy this code and paste it here to change the value and name. Third option, say academic requirement. Copy this code without the BR tag this time and paste it here. Change the value of name and value. Now create a horizontal line after the paragraph element. Now we will add the submit and reset button. Create a paragraph element. Inside, write submit. Then create an input element and type will be submit. Value will be register. Then write reset. Create an input element. Type will be reset. Save the code. Click on registration. All right, our registration form is ready. Now we will develop the content section of Contact Us page. Let's start with an H2 element. It says you can contact with us at any time. Create a paragraph element and write a little bit of instruction or whatever you like to write. I'm writing, we are here to help you. If you have any query or if you need any support, feel free to contact with us. Fill up the form below and we will get back to you in 24 hours. In another P element, create the form element. This time we will need name and email only. For that, I'm copying code from this page and pasting it here. We don't need the username here. In another paragraph element, write purpose of contacting with us. Here we're going to use select element. Inside it there will be option. The first option is going to be an instruction. It says choose an option. To keep it at the top and disabled, use selected and disabled attribute. We have learned about it in our form section. I hope you can remember this. One option can be requesting more information. Another option can be registration problem. Payment problem can be another option. And others for any other issue. Then we can take a text area to allow users to explain their issues. For that, create a paragraph element, write describe your issue and use a BR tag to create a new line. After that, use text area element. To make it nice, use rows equals to 5 and calls equals 50. And finally, in another paragraph element, create the submit button using input type submit and value will be contact us. Save the code and click on Contact Us page. Perfect. Everything seems working. So, our website is ready. If we click on Home page, we come to the Home page. If the visitors wants to join in our HTML tutorial, they can register from here. If they face any problem they can contact us from here. This website has not been integrated with any server yet. There is no database or backend programming related to this website. This type of websites are called static website. Before closing this section, I want you to launch XAMPP. Then start Apache and MySQL. After that, go to the folder where you have installed the XAMPP. In my case, it is in C drive. Then locate a folder named htdocs. Get inside this folder. Remove everything you find here. My folder is empty because I have already removed everything. Now I want you to copy this HTML tutorial folder here and rename it to htmltutorial.com. Now go to your web browser, open a new tab and type localhost/html-tutorial.com. Here is our website. Excellent. If we click on registration, we get the registration form. If we click on contact us, we got the contact us form, and this is the home page. So our website is being served from local server. It is accessible from this computer only. If you want your website up and running in World Wide Web, you have to buy a domain and the hosting package. Upload your website in the correct directory of the server, then it will be accessible from anywhere of the world. However, you are still not ready for that. Once you will be ready, I will show you everything starting from buying a domain, linking the domain to the hosting, adding domain in the hosting, uploading website, and making it accessible from anywhere of the world. For now, I want you to go to htmltutorial.com folder and rename the home.html to example.html. Then reload the website. Instead of the home page, it is now showing the files inside htmltutorial.com folder. If you click any of them, the web page will show up. This is not how a website should behave. Am I right? Can you guess what just happened? When there is a file named home or index in the server automatically loads that as the default web page. If there is no home or index file, there is no default file to load. In this case, the server simply shows the files inside the folder. Let's rename it from example.html to index.html. Reload the website. It is back again. Now rename it again to home.html. Reload the web page. It is still working. That means by default, server will load index.html or home.html. If there is no index or home page, then server will show all of the folders. So always include index or home page in your website directory. All right, that's all for this section. And we have completed lesson 2 HTML. The next lesson is about CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheet. This website serves its purpose. However, it looks like a very old website with plain design. In order to give it a modern and gorgeous look, we have to use CSS. And this is what exactly we will learn in the next lesson.